The numbers glared back at me from my phone screen, 0. I blinked hard, refreshed the app, and checked again. Still 0. My hands started shaking as I clicked through to the transaction history. There it was, a withdrawal of $47,500. My entire IVF fund gone. My name is Madison, and I've spent the last 12 years of my life building my family's catering business into something remarkable. Through 3 miscarriages, countless 70-hour weeks, and every holiday season spent serving other people's celebrations instead of having my own, all while saving every spare dollar for one shot at having a baby through IVF. "Mum!" I called out, my voice echoing through our commercial kitchen. "Dad!" The lunch rush had ended and they were supposed to be doing inventory. I found them in the storage room, heads bent together over a clipboard. They looked up when I entered, and something in their expressions made my stomach drop. "What happened to my savings account?" I held up my phone, screen still displaying that haunting 0 balance. "Someone withdrew everything yesterday. Please tell me this is a bank error." Mum's face did that thing where she tries to look concerned but can't quite hide the calculation behind her eyes. "Maddie, sweetheart, sit down. We need to talk about Jacoby." The mention of my brother's name sent ice through my veins. "What did he do this time?" "He's in trouble," Dad said, not meeting my eyes. "Serious trouble. He needed bail money." "And you took my money?" My voice cracked. "How did you even access my account?" Mum reached for my hand. I pulled away. "We're co-signers on all the business accounts, remember? For emergencies." "This was my personal savings account, the one I've been building for 5 years, for my IVF." "Family comes first, Madison," Mom said, using that tone that always made me feel 2 inches tall. "Your brother could have gone to prison, real prison this time." "Maybe he should," I whispered. "Maybe that's exactly where he needs to be." "Don't say that!" Mom's voice sharpened. "He's your brother. Blood is thicker than water." I pulled up the withdrawal slip on my phone and zoomed in. There was my signature, except I hadn't signed anything. "You forged my signature?" Dad finally looked at me, his face flushed. "Now, Madison, that's a very serious accusation. We were going to tell you. We'll pay you back as soon as... "As soon as what?" I cut him off. "As soon as Jacoby gets his act together, as soon as he stops using, as soon as he magically becomes responsible." I laughed, and it sounded hollow even to my own ears. "I'm 34. My fertility isn't going to wait for Jacoby to grow up." "We're family," Mom insisted. "We support each other. Your brother needs help more than you need a baby right now." The words hit me like a physical blow. I stepped back, bumping into a shelf of bulk spices. "More than I need. Do you have any idea what I've sacrificed for this family, for this business?" "Of course we do, honey, and we're grateful, but family comes first," I finished for her. "Except I'm family too, or at least I thought I was." Mum's face hardened. "You're being dramatic. Once Jacoby gets back on his feet..." "Stop." I held up my hand. "Just stop. Where is he now?" "At that halfway house on Cedar Street," Dad mumbled. "He's doing better this time, really." I nodded slowly, a strange calm settling over me. "I need some air. I'm going for a walk." "Madison, wait," Mom called after me, but I was already walking away. I made it to my car before the tears came. Not the soft, sad kind, but hot, angry tears that burned down my cheeks. My phone buzzed with a text from Mum. "Come back inside. We need to discuss this as a family." Family. The word that had trapped me here for so long. The excuse they always used when they needed something from me. The chain they wrapped around my neck every time I tried to put myself first. I wiped my eyes and opened my contacts. Scrolled to Kay. "Camila, I need your help. Can you meet me somewhere private?" "Of course, girl. What's wrong?" I started the car, my hands steady now. "I'll tell you everything. But first, do you still have that contact at the bank who knows about forensic accounting?" "Madison, what are you planning?" I looked back at the building that had consumed my life, where my parents were probably already planning how to manipulate me into forgiveness. Something I should have done a long time ago. "I'll meet you at my place in 20, Camilla said. "Bring your laptop." I pulled out of the parking lot, and for the first time in years, I felt something other than resignation. I felt powerful. They wanted to talk about family. Fine. Let's see how they like it when family comes first. "You want to do what?" Camilla stared at me over her kitchen island, wine glass frozen halfway to her lips. "Transfer everything," I repeated, my laptop open between us. "Every penny in the business accounts. I'm still a co-signer. It's perfectly legal. Legal, maybe, but Madison," she set down her glass, "this would destroy them. They destroyed me first." I pulled up the banking portal. "Look at these numbers, Camilla. 10 years of profit. My profit. I haven't taken a real salary in 3 years because I was reinvesting in the family business while saving separately for IVF. Camilla leaned forward, squinting at the screen. "That's a lot of money. $843,000. I'd memorized the number, stared at it during countless sleepless nights. Plus the equipment, the contracts, the reputation I built. All of it in their names because family businesses don't need paperwork. My phone buzzed again, the 15th text from Mom. I turned it face down without reading it. "Where would you even go?" Camilla asked. I pulled up another tab. "Remember that fertility clinic in San Diego I researched last year? The one with the amazing success rates?" I showed her their website. "They have an opening next month. I already called them." "San Diego?" Camilla's eyes widened. That's actually perfect. Your parents would never think to look there. They don't even know you considered other clinics." I nodded. "I found an apartment complex right by the beach. Month-to-month lease, utilities included. I can work remotely for that marketing firm that's been trying to poach me." "You've really thought this through." "I've had 12 years to think about escape routes." I pulled up a calendar. "The transfer needs to happen on a Friday. They never check the accounts over weekends. By the time they notice on Tuesday..." "You'll be gone." Camilla stood up and started pacing. "But what about your stuff, your life here?" "I've been slowly moving things to a storage unit for weeks. Ever since they started hinting about needing money for Jacoby again." I closed my laptop. "I just didn't know they'd go this far." "What do you need from me?" "A place to crash until Friday, and..." I hesitated. "I need you to lie when they come asking." Camilla stopped pacing. "They will come asking. Your mum especially. She'll try everything. Tell them I was upset, that I needed space, that you don't know where I went." I met her eyes. "It's not even really a lie." She sat back down heavily. "What about the employees, the weddings we have booked?" "I've already contacted Tessa, the property manager. She's willing to lease the space to new tenants. Apparently, my parents are 3 months behind on rent anyway." I pulled out a stack of papers. "And I've been referring our clients to other caterers for weeks. Told them we were scaling back operations." "Damn, girl!" Camilla whistled low. "You really are your mother's daughter." "No," I said sharply. "I'm nothing like her. She destroys people to enable Jacoby. I'm just taking back what's mine." My phone buzzed again. This time I looked. "They're at the house," I said, "probably waiting to ambush me with another family meeting." "Stay here tonight," Camilla said firmly. "We'll get your remaining stuff tomorrow while they're at the kitchen." I nodded, throat tight. "Thank you. I know this puts you in an awkward position." "Hey!" She reached across the island and grabbed my hand. "Remember when I wanted to leave my ex? How you let me hide out at your place for 2 weeks? This is me returning the favour." We spent the next few hours planning. I called the clinic in San Diego, booked the apartment, and set up the transfer schedule. Every detail had to be perfect. "One last thing," Camilla said as we were getting ready for bed. "What about Jacoby?" I paused, pillow in hand. "What about him?" He'll be devastated when the business goes under. No more bailouts, no more enabling. Maybe that's exactly what he needs. I set the pillow down carefully. Rock bottom looks different when there's no safety net. And your parents? I thought about all the holidays I'd worked while they took Jacoby to rehab. All the times they'd praised my responsibility while enabling his chaos. All the dreams I'd put on hold because family came first. They made their choice, I said quietly. Now I'm making mine. That night I dreamed of ocean waves and empty bank accounts, of freedom and karma and the sweet, sharp taste of justice. Come Friday, everything would change. And for once, family wouldn't come first. I would. Friday morning dawned clear and cold. I sat in Camila's guest room, finger hovering over my phone's banking app. 8:59 a.m., 1 minute until the transfer. You're sure about this? Camila stood in the doorway, coffee mug clutched in both hands. The clock ticked to 9 honk. I pressed confirm transfer. Done! My hands shook as I watched the confirmation screen load. $843,000 transferred to my new account. How long until they notice? Mum's at her book club until noon. Dad's golfing. They won't check the accounts until Tuesday. I stood up, suddenly restless. My flight's at 2. Everything's in storage except what's in my car. Camilla set down her coffee and hugged me tight. Text me when you land, and Madison, don't look back. Look, the drive to the airport felt surreal. I passed the catering kitchen one last time, its familiar sign mocking me. Through the window I could see our prep cook starting the day's work. He had no idea he wouldn't get paid next week. My phone rang. Mum's face lit up the screen. Hey, sweetie. Her voice dripped honey when I answered. Are you feeling better? We missed you at dinner last night. I'm fine. I merged onto the highway. Just busy with that corporate event in Cincinnati. Oh, good, I'm glad you're working. Speaking of work, your father and I were thinking about Jacoby. Mum, I can't talk right now. I'm driving. Just hear me out. He's doing so well at the halfway house. Maybe we could bring him in to help with deliveries. Give him some responsibility. I laughed, sharp and bitter. Like when he helped last year and sold our delivery van for drug money. That's not fair. He's changed this time. I have to go. I hung up before she could respond. At the airport, I texted our head chef. Emergency came up. Won't be in next week. Sorry for the short notice. Then I turned off my phone and boarded the plane. 5 hours later, I stood on a balcony in San Diego, watching the sunset paint the ocean gold. My new apartment was small but bright, with a view that made my heart ache with possibility. I turned my phone back on. 47 missed calls, 63 texts, most from Mom, some from Dad, 3 from unknown numbers that had to be Jacoby. I opened one text from Mom. Called Cincinnati. There's no corporate event. Where are you really? Then Dad. Your mother is worried sick. Call us immediately. And Jacoby. They said you disappeared. What's going on? I ignored them all and opened my laptop instead. Created a new email account. Sent one message to Tessa, the property manager. Check the business account before accepting next month's rent payment. Madison. My phone rang again. This time it was Camilla. They're freaking out, she said without preamble. Your mum came by my place. She's convinced something horrible happened to you. What did you tell her? That you seemed upset about the IVF money, but I hadn't heard from you. She didn't believe me. I walked back to the balcony, letting the ocean breeze cool my face. Tuesday's going to be rough. I know. Your mum already tried accessing the business account from her phone, but she can't remember the password. She changed it last month, I said, after Jacoby tried to hack it. Camila was quiet for a moment. Are you okay? I watched a seagull dive into the waves. I'm free. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept checking my bank account, making sure the money was real, making sure I hadn't dreamed it all. At 3 a.m, a text from an unknown number. The halfway house is kicking me out. Mum and Dad aren't answering. Please help. Jacoby. I blocked the number. At 4 a.m, an email from Tessa. Just saw the account status. Oh my God, what did they do to make you snap? I didn't answer. At sunrise, I walked down to the beach. The sand was cold between my toes, the air thick with salt and possibility. My phone buzzed with another message from Mom. Whatever's wrong, we can fix it as a family. Please come home. I took a deep breath of ocean air and typed my response. Family comes first, remember? I'm just following your example. Then I blocked her number too. Back in my apartment, I opened my laptop and logged into the fertility clinic's patient portal. My first appointment was scheduled for Monday. New city, new doctor, new life. Let Tuesday come. Let them discover the empty accounts, the transferred money, the missing daughter who finally put herself first. I was done being the responsible one, done being the safety net, done being the good daughter who sacrificed everything for family. Now it was their turn to sacrifice. The first viral video appeared on Wednesday. I was sitting in my new fertility clinic's waiting room when Kamala sent me the link. You need to see this, her text read. The video showed our catering kitchen storefront now plastered with bright orange eviction notices. Stephanie Ray, a local food influencer with over 200,000 followers, stood in front of the door. This is crazy, you guys, she said into the camera. McCarthy's Catering, the place that did all those amazing wedding videos I shared last year. Completely abandoned. Word is they ghosted multiple wedding clients and their entire staff. I watched as she panned to show my parents arguing in the parking lot. Mum was gesturing wildly, her face red. Dad looked deflated, leaning against their car like his legs couldn't hold him. Madison, the nurse called my name. I quickly closed the video. By the time I finished my appointment, the story had exploded. Local news picked it up. Former employees were commenting. Clients were sharing their cancellation stories. My phone lit up with a text from Tessa. Your mother tried to break into the kitchen, had to call the police. I clicked the attached photo. Mum stood on the sidewalk screaming at a police officer while Dad tried to pull her away. The sight made my stomach clench. What did she want? I texted back. Said there must be some mistake with the accounts. Kept saying she needed to check the computers inside. Another message popped up, this one from Camila. Turn on the local news live stream, now. I did. Mum was standing in front of our kitchen, giving an impromptu press conference. My daughter Madison has had some kind of breakdown, she said, voice trembling perfectly. She's taken everything, all our operating capital, all our savings. We're worried sick about her mental state. Dad stood behind her, nodding solemnly. I noticed Jacoby wasn't there. If anyone has information about her whereabouts, please contact us. Madison, honey, if you're watching this, come home. We can get you help. The comments section exploded. Something seems off about this story. Why would a daughter just abandon a successful business? Weren't they just in the news for that huge wedding at the country club? Then someone posted, check their court records. Brother's got quite the rap sheet. Bet there's more to this story. My phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Madison? A woman's voice. This is Rita from Channel 7 News. We'd love to get your side of the story. I hung up. Another text from Camila. Your mum's trying to access the security cameras. Wants to prove you were acting erratic before you left. I laughed darkly. Good luck. I wiped the system before I left. Smart girl. Oh shit, you need to see this. Stephanie Ray just posted again. This video showed my mother trying to force her way past the police officer. That's my business, she screamed. You can't keep me out of my own business. Ma'am, the officer said calmly, the property manager has filed a formal complaint. You're 3 months behind on rent. We'll pay. We just need to get inside and what? Tessa's voice came from off camera. Get the money you already transferred out. Check the accounts you already drained. Mum whirled around. You don't know what you're talking about. Our daughter, she's sick. She needs help. Funny, Tessa said. I have copies of all the forged withdrawal slips. the ones with Madison's signature that she never signed. Should I show those to the police? The video cut off there, but the damage was done. The comments shifted. Wait, they forged her signature. Anyone else notice the mother keeps changing her story? My cousin worked there, said Madison was the only one who actually ran things. A new text from an unknown number. Sis, they're losing it. Dad's talking about bankruptcy. Please call them. I blocked Jacoby's new number and opened my clinic paperwork instead. First hormone injection scheduled for tomorrow. New bank account secure. New life taking shape. My laptop pinged with an email notification. A local business reporter. Sources suggest financial impropriety at McCarthy's Catering. Would you like to comment on allegations that your parents forged your signature to access personal funds? I clicked delete. Another text from Camila. Your mum's making calls, trying to track your phone. She's convinced you're having a crisis. I looked out my window at the ocean. Let her think that. Better than admitting what they did. The social media storm is getting worse. People are digging up old court records, finding Jacoby's arrests. Not my problem anymore. But late that night, watching the waves crash against the shore, I felt a twinge of something. Not regret exactly, but weight. The weight of consequences of public destruction, of a family imploding in real time while the internet watched and commented. I opened my clinic paperwork again, focusing on the future growing inside, my hope-filled syringe. Let them have their viral moment. Let them face the consequences of their choices. I had a different kind of family to build now. Madison speaking. I answered the unknown number against my better judgment, expecting another reporter. Hey, sis! Jacoby's voice was quiet, different from his usual manipulative charm. Don't hang up, please. My finger hovered over the end call button. I'm not asking for money, he said quickly. I need to know if you're okay. I laughed harshly. Since when do you care if I'm okay? Since I watched Mom and Dad completely fall apart this week, he paused. Since I realised maybe they deserved it. I sat down on my balcony chair, ocean breeze cooling my suddenly warm face. Are you high right now? No. 4 months clean, actually. For real this time. He sighed. The halfway house is good. Different from the others. Makes you face yourself, you know? Why are you calling Jacoby? Mom and Dad told me what they did with your IVF money. His voice cracked slightly. I didn't know, Maddie. I swear I didn't know it was your baby fund. Would it have mattered if you did? Silence stretched between us. No, he finally admitted. Probably not. I was pretty far gone then. And now? Now I'm sitting in group therapy watching Mom's meltdown go viral, realising I helped destroy my sister's life. I closed my eyes against the setting sun. You didn't destroy my life. I'm actually doing pretty well. Yeah? A hint of his old smile crept into his voice. The ocean sounds nice. My eyes snapped open. How did you... I can hear the waves, sis. Don't worry, I won't tell them where you are. They don't deserve to know. More silence. A seagull cried overhead. I'm sorry, he said softly, for everything. For being the reason you couldn't have a baby. For letting them enable me. For... My phone beeped with another call. The fertility clinic's number. I have to go. I cut him off. I have another call. Wait, can I call you again sometime? I hesitated. I'll think about it. I switched calls. Hello? Madison, this is Dr. Roberts. I have your preliminary results. My heart stopped. Already? The hormone response is excellent. Your levels are perfect for implantation next week. I gripped the balcony railing. You mean, if you're ready, we can proceed with the embryo transfer on schedule. Your chances look very promising. Tears spilled down my cheeks. Yes, I'm ready. After hanging up, I sat watching the sunset, hand resting on my still flat stomach. My phone buzzed with a text from Camila. You need to see this. Your dad's in the hospital. My fingers shook as I opened the link. Local news again. Local business owner hospitalized after stress-induced cardiac event. Before I could process that, another text from Jacoby. Dad's okay. Minor heart attack. Mom's blaming you. Then a voicemail notification. Mom's number using Dad's phone to get through my blocks. How dare you? Her voice shook with rage. Your father is in the hospital because of what you did. You've destroyed this family. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? I deleted it without listening to the rest. My phone lit up again. Tessa. Police just interviewed your parents about the forged documents. Your mother's facing potential fraud charges. I opened my balcony door, letting the ocean air clear my head. Another text from Jacoby. Don't let them guilt you. Dad's heart problems started years ago. Doctor says it was probably all the stress of covering my mistakes. I typed back before I could stop myself. Take care of yourself, Jacoby. You too, sis. And hey, I hope you get your baby. Fresh tears burned my eyes. I looked down at my stomach again, imagining the possibility growing inside me. Not just a baby now, but freedom. A new kind of family. One built on love instead of obligation. My laptop pinged with an email from my old head chef. The kitchen equipment's being seized next week. Your mother's having another meltdown. But, Madison, I get it now. We all do. Take care of yourself. I closed my laptop and walked down to the beach. The sand was still warm from the day's sun, the waves gentle against the shore. My phone buzzed again, probably more drama, more consequences, more fallout. But for the first time since I left, I felt something shift inside me. Not guilt, not satisfaction. Something else. Peace, maybe. Or hope. Next week, I could be carrying a child. My child. No strings attached, no family obligations, no manipulation disguised as love. Let them deal with their consequences. I had a different future to focus on now. One that started with a single cell dividing. A new life. A clean slate. A family of my own making. They're trying to track you through me. Camila's voice crackled through my phone as I paced my apartment. Your mum showed up at my office today. What did she want? Same old guilt trip. Madison needs help. We're her family, blah, blah, blah. But this time she brought a private investigator. I stopped pacing. She what? Some sleazy guy in a cheap suit started asking about your bank records, your phone records. Camila laughed. I told him to get a warrant. A knock at my door made me jump. I peered through the peephole to see my neighbour Philip holding a paper bag. Hold on, I told Camilla, opening the door. Thought you might want dinner, Philip said, holding up the bag. That little Thai place you liked. I nodded, gesturing him in while returning to my call. What else did the investigator say? He tried to convince me you were mentally unstable, that you'd had some kind of breakdown. Camila's voice hardened. Your mum showed him the withdrawal slips, the ones with your forged signature, trying to prove you'd been acting erratic. Philip raised an eyebrow as he unpacked the food. That's rich, I said, considering those forgeries are the reason the police are investigating them now. Exactly. Oh, and get this. Tessa sent me screenshots of your mum trying to access the security footage through the building's IT company. She's desperate to prove you were unstable before you left. The footage I deleted. The very same. Philip slid a plate of pad thai toward me. I put the phone on speaker and sat down. There's more, Camila continued. Your dad checked himself out of the hospital against medical advice. They're about to lose the house. The house? My fork froze halfway to my mouth. How? Apparently they took out a second mortgage to cover Jacoby's legal fees last year. Now they can't make the payments. Philip whistled low. Your family doesn't do anything halfway, do they? Who's that? Camila asked. My neighbour, Philip. He brings me food and pretends not to judge my family drama. I'm not judging, Philip said, reaching for the spring rolls. I'm admiring your escape plan. Very Count of Monte Cristo. A new text flashed on my screen. Unknown number, but I recognised the area code from the halfway house. Maddie, Jacoby's message read, they're trying to track your phone through the family plan. Switch carriers. I showed the text to Philip. My brother's actually being helpful? Maybe he's finally growing up, Camilla suggested. Or maybe he's in on their plan, I countered. Speaking of plans, Philip said, isn't your procedure tomorrow? Before I could answer, my phone rang. The fertility clinic. Madison, Dr. Roberts here. Your latest blood work is perfect. We're all set for tomorrow morning. I felt Philip squeeze my hand as I confirmed the appointment time. After hanging up, I sat in silence, pushing my food around the plate. You okay? Philip asked softly. What if they find me? The fear I'd been suppressing bubbled up. What if they try to stop the procedure? They won't, Camilla said firmly through the speaker. I won't let them. Neither will I, Philip added. My phone buzzed again. A voicemail from Mom, using another new number. Your father could have died, Madison. His heart can't take this stress. If you have any love left for this family, any at all, you'll come home and fix what you've broken. We raised you better than this. I deleted it without finishing. Again. You know what's funny? I said to both Philip and Camilla. They keep saying they raised me better than this. But they raised me exactly like this. They taught me that family means taking what you want and justifying it later. Difference is, Philip said, you're taking back what's yours. My phone lit up with another text from Jacoby. Mum's losing it. She's talking about hiring a lawyer to declare you incompetent. Get yourself a good lawyer, sis. Already done, I typed back. Camilla's voice crackled through the speaker. The local business journal is running a story tomorrow about the fraud investigation. Your parents' lawyer advised them to stop talking to the press. Too late for that, Philip said, showing me his phone. Another viral video, Mom screaming at the bank manager, demanding access to frozen accounts. I pushed my plate away, suddenly exhausted. Tomorrow I could be carrying a child. Tomorrow everything could change. Get some rest, Philip said, standing to clear the plates. I'll drive you to the clinic in the morning. We've got your back, Camilla added, no matter what happens. I looked at these two people, one old friend, one new, who had become my chosen family, who supported me without conditions, without manipulation, without the weight of toxic obligation. Maybe that's what real family looks like. The embryo transfer was successful, Dr. Roberts said, smiling at me over her desk. Congratulations, Madison, you're officially pregnant. 2 weeks had passed since the procedure. 2 weeks of hoping, waiting, and trying not to check my phone every 5 minutes. Philip squeezed my hand as happy tears rolled down my cheeks. My bubble of joy burst when my phone buzzed. Camilla's name flashed on the screen. Turn on any news channel, she said without preamble. It's happening. Philip and I rushed to the waiting room, where a TV mounted on the wall was playing the local news from back home. My mother stood on the courthouse steps, handcuffed, while my father spoke to reporters. My wife made some unfortunate decisions, he was saying, his voice trembling. The stress of our daughter's disappearance, the business collapse, it affected her judgment. The ticker at the bottom read, Local business owner arrested for financial fraud. Elder abuse. Elder abuse, I whispered. They found out she'd been stealing from your grandmother's retirement account too, Camilla explained. The fraud investigation uncovered everything. The camera panned to show my mother being led to a police car. She looked directly into the lens and screamed, Madison, this is your fault. Are you happy now? Philip turned off the TV. Let's get you home. Back in my apartment, the updates kept rolling in. Tessa sent screenshots of the official charges, fraud, forgery, elder financial abuse, tax evasion. The DA's office is calling it a pattern of financial manipulation, Camilla reported. They found evidence going back years. My phone lit up with a text from Jacoby. Mum's looking at serious time. Dad's cooperating with prosecutors to save himself. The house is being foreclosed next week. I sat on my balcony, one hand resting protectively over my stomach. Philip brought me tea and sat quietly beside me. I should feel bad, I said finally. They're my parents. I should feel something. You do feel something, he said gently. Just not what they want you to feel. Another text from Jacoby. I got arrested again. Minor charge, but no one's around to bail me out this time. Good, I typed back. Yeah, he responded. Maybe it is good. Maybe I need this, Kamala called again. Your dad's giving interviews, trying to save face. He's claiming your mom acted alone, that he was a victim too. Classic dad, I said, avoiding responsibility until the end. The business is officially defunct, she continued. Tessa's already leased the space to a new restaurant. My phone buzzed with an email notification from Dad. Your mother's lawyer wants you to testify, please. She's still your mother. Delete, another from Mum's new lawyer. Your testimony could help reduce sentencing. Family should stand together. Delete, a letter arrived in my mailbox. Actual paper mail, forwarded through Camila. Jacoby's handwriting. I'm sorry, not just for the money this time, for everything, for being the black hole that sucked up all their attention, all their resources, all their love, for letting them enable me while they suffocated you, for watching them steal your dreams and staying silent. You deserved better. We all deserved better. I'm staying in jail this time, doing the program. For real, not for them, for me. Maybe someday we can talk again. Maybe not. That's up to you. Take care of yourself and that baby. Be the parent we never had. Jacoby. I folded the letter carefully and looked at Philip. He knew about the IVF. Camilla might have told him, he admitted. She thought he deserved to know he's going to be an uncle, even if he never meets the baby. My phone lit up with breaking news. Local businesswoman pleads guilty to multiple fraud charges. Then a voicemail from Mom, using another new number. This family is done, destroyed, unless you save it, unless you tell them it was all a misunderstanding. Please, Madison, please fix this. I deleted it without listening to the end. You okay? Philip asked softly. I looked out at the ocean, then down at my still flat stomach where my future was growing. They're facing the consequences of their choices, just like I face the consequences of mine. The difference is, he said, your consequences created new life. Theirs destroyed everything they had. My phone buzzed one last time, a text from Tessa. Your mum's going away for at least 5 years. Your dad's probably getting probation. The karma is chef's kiss. I turned off my phone and leaned back in my chair, letting the ocean breeze wash over me. Somewhere in the distance, a seagull called out, free, unfettered, soaring. Want to get dinner? Philip asked. I smiled, standing up. Yes, let's celebrate. The arrests? No, I said, touching my stomach gently. The future. The morning sickness hit as I sat in my lawyer's office staring at the final settlement papers. My mother's conviction had triggered a cascade of civil suits, and now everyone wanted their piece of the fallen empire. You don't have to sign, Sarah, my attorney, said. You could fight for more. I shook my head, pushing away the ginger tea Philip had brought. I want it done. Let them divide up whatever's left. Your father's lawyer called again, she continued. He's still hoping you'll speak at your mother's sentencing hearing next week. No, I signed the last paper with a flourish. I've said everything I need to say through these documents. My phone buzzed. A text from Camila. Jacoby completed his rehab program, actually got a job. You were right, hitting rock bottom worked. Good for him, I typed back, meaning it. Sarah gathered the papers, pausing at the last one. You're sure about removing yourself from the family trust? There's still considerable property value there. I'm sure, I stood up, smoothing my dress over my small but visible bump. I don't want anything that ties me to them anymore. Philip waited outside in his car, ready for our next appointment. As we drove to the clinic for my 12-week scan, he glanced at me. "How do you feel?" "Free," I said simply. "Finally, completely free." My phone lit up with a news alert. Local catering families fall from grace. A timeline of fraud and betrayal. Below it was a photo of my mother being led into prison, my father walking away from reporters, and an old picture of me from the business website. "They're still trying to spin it," Philip noted, "making you the villain in their story." "Let them," I turned off my phone. "I'm done reading their versions of the truth." At the clinic, Dr. Roberts squeezed gel onto my stomach. The ultrasound screen flickered to life, and suddenly there it was, a tiny heart beating, small hands waving. "Would you like to know the gender?" she asked. I nodded, tears blurring my vision. Philip held my hand tighter. "It's a girl, a daughter, a chance to break the cycle, to show her what real love looks like. Love without conditions, without manipulation, without the weight of toxic obligation." Back home, I found a letter in my mailbox. Prison stationery. I almost threw it away, but something made me open it. "Madison, the prosecutor showed me the forged documents today. All of them. Not just your IVF fund withdrawal, but everything, going back years. I saw your signature on papers you never signed. Loans you never approved. Accounts you never opened. I told myself it was for family, that mothers do what they must to protect their children. But I wasn't protecting anyone. I was destroying us all. I'll be in here for 5 years. Your father's living with his sister, working as a golf instructor. Jacoby's doing better than any of us expected. And you, I saw the business announcement. Ocean View Events, San Diego's premier catering service. You're building something new, something clean, something we should have let you build here. I won't ask for forgiveness, I don't deserve it. But I want you to know, you were right to leave, right to take back what was yours, right to break free. Be better than me. Mom. I set the letter down and walked to my balcony. Below, the catering van with my new company's logo sat in the parking lot. Philip had helped me design it, waves crashing against a cliff, symbolising both destruction and rebirth. My phone buzzed one last time, a text from Jacoby. "Got my 6-month sobriety chip today, not asking for anything. Just wanted you to know." I touched my stomach, feeling my daughter move. "We're going to do things differently," I whispered to her. "No more family comes first, just love. Real, honest love." Philip appeared in the doorway. First client meeting in an hour. Ready to show them what real catering looks like? I smiled, thinking of all those years watching my parents cut corners, forge documents, and justify their actions with "family comes first." "More than ready," I said. "Let's build something honest." The ocean stretched out before us, endless and new. Somewhere back home, my mother sat in a cell, my father taught golf to strangers, and my brother built a life without enablers. Their choices, their consequences. And here I stood, creating something pure, something true, something worthy of the daughter growing inside me. Family might come first, but not the way they meant it, not anymore. This time, family meant building something real, something earned, something free. This time, family meant love without strings. And that was worth everything I'd left behind.